Every family has one person who holds it all together. One person who sacrifices without question, who gives without asking for anything in return. For our family, that person was Talal. This is the story of my brother, Talal Krayem El-Dugom. Talal was born in 1953 in the heart of Jordan, one of 13 children, and the fourth of the 10 oldest. Even as a boy, he carried the weight of a man. Talal never wanted to grow up fast, but his family needed him to. He was smart, focused, and full of heart. After finishing high school, he left the comfort of childhood and stepped into the world of work in Saudi Arabia. While others were enjoying youth, Talal was wiring money back home so that his younger siblings could eat, could learn, live. But life wasn't all work. On the soccer field, Talal came alive. A captain, respected, passionate, always leading with heart. He loved the game, the friendships, the challenge, and when the final whistle blew, you'd find him shooting pool, hiking the hills, or laughing loud over coffee with friends. In 1981, Talal stood in a crowded airport in America, waiting for the people he had worked his whole life to bring here. He didn't come to the U.S. chasing comfort for himself. He came with a mission to open the door for his family. Through endless paperwork, embassy visits, long-distance calls, and financial sacrifice, he helped bring our father, our mother, his brothers, his sisters to the United States of America. He filled out every form, paid every fee, and fought every delay. To him, family was never meant to be scattered. Family was meant to be together. That's how we came to this country, not by chance, but by the relentless love of one man, Talal. In a new country, Talal never looked for shortcuts. He worked with his hands. He built trust with one customer at a time. At Aaron's Lock and Safe, he wasn't just an owner. He was the heart of the shop, a problem solver, a quiet professional, a man people relied on. He didn't wear a suit. He didn't chase recognition. But with every job, every key he cut, he was building something more valuable than money. Security, stability, a life. While others slept, he was working. While others worried, he was solving problems. While others dreamed, he was quietly making dreams possible. As Talal grew older, he knew what true legacy meant. It wasn't about money. It was about passing on knowledge, lifting others up, keeping the doors open for the next generation. He passed his locksmith trade to his younger brother, Elias, then gave his shop, his life's work, to his brother-in-law, Ivan Rivera, so Ivan could support his family, including Talal's dear sister, Vera.
He didn't just give me a shop. He gave me purpose. He gave me a way to take care of Vera, the way he always did.
He was more than my brother. He was our protector. Now we carry his name in every key we cut.
Talal never had children of his own, but that never mattered, because in every real way he was a father to all of us. He helped raise nieces and nephews like they were his own. He paid for school clothes, covered rent, bought groceries. When one of us needed help, he didn't ask questions. He just showed up. You didn't even have to ask. He already knew what was needed, and he gave it without hesitation. In a family of 13 siblings and dozens of children, he made each one of us feel seen, protected, and loved. And Talal didn't even stop there. He looked out for his neighbors, too. He loved the little girl next door, Miranda, as if she were his own granddaughter. She wasn't related by blood, but to him, love didn't need a last name.
I used to call him Grandpa Tony. He always had candy in his pocket for me. He made me feel safe, like I mattered.
To Miranda, he was her grandpa. Talal was a light in our darkest hours. When illness struck or tragedy came, he was always the first to show up. He stood by hospital beds. He drove through the night. He stayed present when most people couldn't. But Talal didn't just care for the living. He honored the ones who passed. He buried them with love, the same way he carried them in life. When Mamdou passed, Talal stood like a pillar. When Muna left, he comforted everyone else first. When Jeries was gone, he handled everything. And when we lost our mother and our father, Talal took it all on his shoulders.
Talal buried them all with love. Our mom, our dad, Mamdou, Jeries, even Mona, the same way he carried them in life.
As the years passed, Talal didn't slow down. He stayed Talal. Even as his hands aged, they still fixed what was broken. Even as his steps got slower, he was still the first one to get up and help. He still sent money when someone needed help, still gave rides, still remembered birthdays, still kept his word. Time passed, but he didn't change, because who he was never about age. It was about heart, and his heart had never stopped giving. Talal didn't build monuments. He didn't leave behind wealth or awards. What he left behind was stronger. He left behind a family that stands tall because of him. He left behind a shop that still unlocks doors. He left behind children who remember his laugh, his patience, his quiet strength. The values he lived, sacrifice, loyalty, humility, are now woven into the lives of everyone he helped. His fingerprints are everywhere. In every key still cut at Aaron's lock and safe, in every child he helped raise, in every life he carried forward.
He built a future without asking for credit. That's what legacy really is.
Talal may be gone, but his love didn't end. It continues in us. Talal Krayem, Jeries, El-Dugom, Al-Hawatmeh, born in Jordan, rooted in faith, loyal to the bone, the strength behind generations. He gave without limits, loved without noise, and left this world, having given us everything. We will never forget his smile, his silence, his love. His presence is with us in every door we unlock, every table we gather around, and every moment we carry his name forward. Talal, you showed me what it means to be a true man, a real brother, a great father, and a businessman who doesn't just work for profit, but for people. Everything I've become, everything I've built, is because of what you taught me. The world might never give you awards, but you earned everyone in my eyes. Thank you for showing me how to live, how to love, and how to lead. I love you, my brother, and I'll carry your legacy the rest of my life. Talal Krayem Jeries El-Dugom Al-Hawatmeh 1953-2025. Forever in our hearts. With love, your brother, Issa.